Hello everyone, my name is Aiden and welcome to my Emotional Intelligence and Ethics video. I'm aiming for a Bachelor of Commerce with a double major of Management and Marketing Management. My favorite subject would have to have been Sales and Personal Selling, as it links directly to my current job, which is working for Snooze. It's also built upon the basics of communication, listening, and ultimately value creation. Emotional intelligence has become a necessary quality within the workforce, as it enables you to understand both your own emotions and others. Emotional intelligence consists of understanding, perceiving, regulating, and utilizing emotions. This enables individuals to comprehend the situation at hand from a non-emotional stance, minimizing conflict, building relationships, and decreasing team stress. Furthermore, as found in a study shown by Kidwell and fellow researchers, the more adept a salesperson is in emotional intelligence, the greater they can orate value. This in turn will manifest influence for the consumer, as they'll be able to understand the value of a product or service more greatly. From a marketing standpoint, this means that in a larger scale marketing campaign, having that emotional intelligence can greatly develop its effectiveness. Emotional intelligence can be broken down into 5 stages, as shown. Based on my emotional intelligence quiz, I scored highly in self-management and social awareness. With high scores in these areas, on the spectrum, I'll be incredibly successful at steps 2 to 5. What this means for being a future manager, as self-management being a strength, I can optimize conflict resolution by being a non-biased perspective, which is beneficial according to Jordan and Troth. It will also aid in building a greater sales regime, as I can bounce back from rejection quicker than others. With the emotional intelligence that comes with sales experience, I can understand the consumer to a greater extent. Combined with this acute social awareness as a skill, it allows for an effective and in-depth marketing campaign to take place. This has molded my perspective on ethics, as from an ethical standpoint, what aligns most with myself is deontology, the fact in which certain acts are intrinsically right or wrong, despite a wrong act potentially creating a greater outcome. As a manager, this ethically sounds more secure than other practices, as doing the right thing by one another will aid to progress the organization more beneficially, while with everyone doing right by one another, promoting holistic growth within the business, instead of compromising one another by looking at the short-term gain. Ethics is essential to maintain, especially within marketing, as an ethical organization will be able to build trust with the consumer. More importantly, an ethical marketer, especially one that employs deontological concepts, will be able to maximize the work output and job satisfaction of an employee by treating them justly. All of this in conjunction with one another will lead to future profits for the organization, as the brand itself will have built a sustainable and trustworthy reputation and character within society. This is where corporate social responsibility, or CSR, comes into play. It demonstrates an organization is focused on more than just turning over a profit, but is invested within the communities that sustain the organization, be it environmental, economic, or social projects. For example, Ford has begun to adamantly invest into the electrification of their products to minimize their carbon emissions and sustain the environment for future generations. With customers becoming focused on these aspects, Ford does a great job of displaying to its consumers that they are at the forefront of doing right by the world, maintaining a code of ethics in the CSR movement. However, at the same time, from an ethical standpoint, consumers could potentially believe that it's just for show, as they continue to update current petrol and diesel variants, with examples being the Wildtrak and the Raptor. They are ultimately adopting a utilitarian aspect in which by selling all these vehicles, they can then invest into electronic ones, but at the cost of the environment. However, if one were to be emotionally intelligent about the situation, Ford cannot completely cut off its point of funding. Otherwise, the entire company would of course go under, resulting in no CSR movement at all. I'm going to cut this out. Based on my analysis of ethical thinking and emotional intelligence, I believe I'll continue along the path of sales. By being on the front line and actively engaging with consumers, I'll be able to showcase the right product or service to fulfill their needs, whilst having the emotional intelligence to do so in a non-aggressive and engaging manner. In conjunction with my deontological ethical standpoint, It means I won't take advantage of a consumer, but instead treat them with the respect and dignity they require, resulting in a greater brand image, potential repeat customers, whilst also decreasing customer care issues and potential damage to the brand.